M-O-N-S-T-E-R. Monsters, monsters, so bizarre. M-O-N-S-T-E-R. Monsters, monsters, yes we are.
Hey, think it's got me falling apart. Dracula stealing my heart. Claudine Wolfie make me holler at the moon. And you're a finest fish in this lagoon. Clear the now, you so beguiled. Even though you act so vile. And Deuce has stone cold style. These are my boobs, my skeleton crew. A little strange, but so are you.
Don't you wanna be a monster too?
Hello, and welcome back to Aiche. My name's Hannah, and today we are delving into one of my favourite topics, Monster High. I love Monster High, it's one of my favourite things. I have a couple of mine down here. She's a little bit dusty right now, but this is Frankie, one of my favourites. Probably, I think she was my first one, actually. But yeah, she's gorgeous. And I've got Claudine over here as well, one of the first ones I had as well. Claudine, they're my favourite thing. I've recently been getting really into Monster High for some reason, and I'm not really sure why. I think I wanted to just have a look at Monster High right now and see where we're at, because there's been a little bit of discourse online with G3 that recently came out. But yeah, we want to have a look and dive into that, so stick with me while I take you through Frankie Stein, Claudine Wolf, Laguna Blue. Who else have I got in here? I don't know. Oh, Draculaura, of course. One of my favourites. So sit back, relax, grab a cup of coffee, and let's begin. So Monster High was originally made by Mattel, or more specifically the designer Garrett Sander, which was launched in 2010, and we got the main ghoul friends. We got Draculaura, Frankie Stein, Claudine Wolf, Laguna Blue, Cleo Denial. Unfortunately, I don't have a Cleo Denial. And we had Ghoulia Yelps as well, I believe. The characters are inspired very much by folklore and sort of creepy things, movies. So obviously Draculaura is based on Dracula, and Claudine Wolf is based on the werewolf, etc. All these girls go to the same high school called Monster High, of course. But along with the dolls, which were one of Mattel's newer kind of things in 2010, which went along with like Barbie and kind of went against the Bratz dolls at the time, there was also a TV series that went along with it, a 2D animated series with 15 TV specials / films, and they were released to accompany the toys that came out as well. We also got a series of video games and some books, some young adult novels. I didn't have any of the novels. I did have a DS game that was a Monster High DS game. Hopefully, I know I couldn't find my Nintendogs and I couldn't find my Zuzu Pets games. But if I can find the Monster High game, because I think I do know where that is, and I might be able to play that on my sister's DS, because I don't know where my DS is still. And maybe I might be able to show you the Monster High game, but essentially in that game you played as, you made yourself a ghoul, and you went around doing tasks for your ghoul friends, for Frankie and Claudine and everyone else. You kind of, and then you become like the most popular girl in the school, I think. I can't remember. The franchise quickly became very popular among, young adults and children because they are creepy cool, They are very different to Barbie and all these kind of more girly things. They were kind of gothic in a way, different to what we had already seen. And it was worth $1 billion according to Mattel on its third year existence, with more than $500 million in sales annually. I'm not surprised. It was a fantastic business decision for Mattel to bring these dolls in. They are so cool. They have the most incredible outfits. I've seen the most incredible arts online. I will show you some of that later as well. And they are just really cool, kind of a thing for girls to sort of identify with when they're turning into that kind of teen age, or maybe like pre-teens, like 12 and 11-year-olds. We're starting to find out they're a bit different to other people or whatever. I don't know. Young people really found this like a great thing for them, and I think it is fantastic. It's a really great franchise that has been put out by Mattel, and they are still going to this day. And then we also got two like kind of spin-off shows, or spin-off dolls, such as Ever After High. If you've ever seen any Ever After High, I think we do have Or maybe not. I don't know. My sister has Bratz dolls, so maybe she doesn't have Ever After High. They were based on like fairy tales and kind of more Disney things. I feel like the show was on Disney Channel. I don't know. This is not about Ever After High. But there was an Ever After High show that I did see a couple episodes of every now and again. And we also had Enchantimals in 2017, which featured human-animal hybrids. However, the sales declined in 2016, which is where we got a reboot. And some of the characters were revamped just to look a little bit different, a little bit better. Well, better to fit with the franchise. I personally don't see... I think G2 are quite good. I quite like the G2 look of the girls. I do prefer G1, obviously. But G2 were very good. Then we also got G3 in 2020, which were representing the horror and goth like film cults, which culminated with a 2021 announcement of an animated TV series and a live-action musical film. I didn't know it was a musical. I didn't actually know that. They were both produced by Mattel Television and premiered on Nickelodeon in October 2022. And that is why we have now got these kind of bigger dolls. They have sort of big legs and just bigger features for some reason. I'm not sure. And Claudine, I don't know what they did to my girl Claudine. She was such a style icon. And I'm sorry, but the G3 Claudine, she's not slaying as hard. I know. But she still slays. She still slays. Just not as hard as G1 Claudine slayed. Anyway, I digress. The whole premise of Monster High dolls is that we have these ghouls that go to a ghoul school, Monster High, and they have scary interaction. They have interactions with each other, you know, this whole Monster High school drama, whatever. But they're all really cool, and they have really cool outfits and things. Apparently the school is actually renowned for allowing all species of monsters to enroll in it, which apparently contrasts with the other schools in the fantasy world that allow only specific good guys to enter their halls. So Monster High is simply reserved for monsters, as opposed to fairy tale characters in the real world. With the dolls, you got a little booklet, which told you a little bit about them. I'm not sure if I have any here. Unfortunately, I don't have any of the little booklets that came with the dolls, which would have been really nice. These are all just in a box at the moment. So this is Rochelle Goyle, and I found out in her little booklet that she came with, a little passport if you like. She's from Scaris, or Scaris, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but essentially Paris, or the monster version of Paris, and you would learn that through her book. So she's French, she's beautiful, I love her style, she's gorgeous. So you had these little books that came with them, and we had a multitude of different characters to choose from. So the list of characters includes Abby Bonable, Claudine Wolfe, Cleo Denial, Juice Gordon, Draculaura, Frankie Stein, Ghoulia Yelps, Laguna Blue. And then we also have, so those are the main characters, and then we have the Monster High students, and Juanita Nightshade, Andy Beast, Aria Hauntington, Avea Trotter, Bonesy, this is my favourite one, Bonita Fema. She is half moth and half skeleton, I believe. She's very cool. Bram Devine, Brocco, Catherine Demure, Catty Noir, Claude Wolfe, Crystal, Cyclops, Dana Treasurer Jones, DOG, Don Ofterdead, Finnegan Wake, Gigi Grant, Gilda Goldstag, Gillington Webber, Gob, Guliope Jellington, Gory Fangtail, Heath Burns, Jolt Hyde, Hoodooed Voodoo, Howleen Wolf, Invisibilly, Iris Clops, Jackson Jekyll, Jane Boolittle, Jennifer Long, Johnny Spirit, Kipling, Lothar, Manny Tor, Meowlody, Monica Dekar, Nathan Rott, Operetta, The Perfect Guy, Persephone, Quill Talentino, Wraith, Rebecca Steam, Rochelle Goyle, Romulus, Scara Screams, Sylvius Timberwolf, Simon Klops, Serena Von Boo, Skeleta Kalivas, Skelly, Sloman Martovich, Spectre Vondergeist, Taylor, I think, Torielli Stripe, Twyla Boogeyman, Venus McFlytrap, which I always wanted, Wooly, Widower Spider, Astronova, Batsy Claro, Becca Waden, Billy Faindon, Chad, Claire, Jeannie Grant, LED, Fawn, Garrots, Derogue, Gary, Goons, Haley, Honey Swamp, Izzy, Dawn Dancer, Carla Merry, Kieran Valentine, Kiyomi, Haunterly, oh my god, there's so many, Kirsty Trollson, Lilith Van Hellscream, Laura McNessie, Luna Matthews, Morris Alcoxy, Melody Carver, Mercedes King, Perry, Portergeist, Posea Reef, River Sticks, Rocco, Sasquatch, Seth Talomi, Thad, Thorner, Thornwillow, Teresa Thornwillow, Vandala Doubloons, Viperine Gorgon, and then the former students are C.A. Cupid, Castor Fierce, Claudia Wolf, Elizabeth, Ayuna, Nefera Denial, and Victor Frankenstein, and some of the younger siblings are Alvia Stein, Ebby Blue, and Frangelica Van Bat. Kelpie Blue. Celebrity monsters are Madison Fear, Bulu Cerrone, Grimly Ann McMiddlespopper, and Zombie Gaga. So there we have it. That took so long to do. So yeah, those are all the Monster High dolls. And of course I have a few. I don't have all of them. Most of mine I think are the G1 dolls. But yeah, they are really cool and I really like the concept. Mattel began conceptualizing the Monster High franchise in 2007. Where they filed for the trademark for the name Monster High in October of that year. So they were thinking about this really quite early on. And then they brought in Garrett and his twin brother Darren, who went shopping with some young girls one day. And they noticed that the girls were into the goth fashion. So they decided to make a whole franchise of dolls based on that fashion, which I think is fantastic. So Darren was also one of the people who came up with the slogan, "Where freaky just got fabulous." And he also remarked that because the characters were monsters, they had more freedom to do things that ordinary kids could not do. And so a lot of the other inspirations were maybe Tim Burton and Lady Gaga. So over 750 different dolls have been released since its 2010 launch, and they vary in size and features and materials. And they have different themes. So I have a couple of the roller skating themed dolls. So I've got Operetta in a little roller skates and little helmets. I've also got Draculaura here, which I believe was one of the Halloween themed ones. She's got these massive, amazing wings. Yeah, she's not looking too great right now. Laguna in a box. So this is her, I believe. Oh dear. Shut up. So this is her, I believe this is a little tank. This is her getting ready for the day. I don't know if this is her bedroom. It's a tiny bedroom, but yeah. I do like Laguna. I'm a bit sad that they kind of changed her blue face to more pink, and I would prefer the blue, but you know, that's me. So a lot of the old dolls that are quite rare and the collectible items are quite expensive now, and if you go on eBay you can find that a lot of these dolls are selling for like hundreds of pounds, which I think is really cool actually. These things are definitely collectible items. I've got a few obviously, I collected them when I was younger. I don't really go and collect them now, but it's really interesting to see that a lot of people do like collecting these dolls. And then in 2016 we got G2, and unfortunately in 2018 we stopped having G2. They were quietly discontinued because the sales were not as good as they were once. Maybe goth just wasn't the thing that year, I'm not sure. This is quite disappointing, but you know, things come and go. And then in 2020 Mattel decided to come back with the franchise with some new premium price collector dolls dubbed Skeletor dolls, and were inspired by the characters from the horror movies It and The Shining. These dolls are fantastic. I've seen these online and they look great. They were made available for purchase just in time for that year's Halloween. Perfect start to their 2021 revival. And they also produced a Beetlejuice character and dolls inspired by Gremlins. And then in 2022, Mattel presented the new Monster High line called Haute Couture, sort of like a wordplay on haute couture, which consisted of 5 new collector dolls, which were Frankie Stein, Claudine Wolfe, Draculaura, Cleo de Nine, and Laguna Blue. They featured details such as rooted eyelashes and were priced at $75. Wow. And similarly, they were only available through the website. And then on Friday, May 13th, 2022, Mattel released a new original Creep Productions line of Monster High dolls, which were a tribute to the 2010 line, which featured 4 of the original characters. And they were based on their original outfits and packaged in boxes that looked like the original packaging. And they were priced at $25 each and were first available exclusively at Walmart in the United States and then worldwide on the Mattel website. They were aiming at an older generation at this point, clearly, because they wanted to sell these dolls to collectors who, were going to buy them. Young people were less likely to buy them for whatever reason. It would seem that young people weren't really into these dolls at the time. And then in later 2022, we got the new films and the new series, which brought in the Generation 3 of Monster High dolls, which have a bit bigger postures, bigger bodies. For whatever reason, I think it makes it more cutesy so that it would kind of relate to the younger generation a little bit more. Other merchandise we received were Halloween costumes, plushies, stationery, things like children's clothing and accessories. I probably do have some Monster High clothing and accessories somewhere in the ether. And in February 2022, American designer Maisie Willen collaborated with Mattel to produce a pair of earrings which were inspired by some of the Monster High doll earrings that were priced at $50 exclusively through the website. And in April 2022, Mattel collaborated with Hot Topic on a clothing collection inspired by the aesthetics of the franchise. And I've also seen on Why Are You Shoes that they are producing these incredible Monster High shoes right now. I really want some. I think I might have to splash out and get some. They look amazing. I really need some Draculaura shoes in my life. So other media obviously includes the series and the films, and then we've also got lots of video games as well. So in the digital media era, Monster High began adapting into a web series that was going to be on YouTube in May 2010, which followed a 23-minute TV special, New Ghoul at School, on October 30th, that same year, which premiered on Nickelodeon in the United States. And so therefore then we got a whole series of Monster High on Nickelodeon. And then we got a few different CGI or computer animated films, which were named Why Do Ghouls Fall in Love, Escape from School Shores, Friday Night Frights. I saw that one. I have that one. I have that on DVD. I'm pretty sure I have that on DVD. Scares, Fright of Frights, Ghouls Rule, 13 Wishes, Freaky Fusion, Haunted, Boo York, Boo York, Great Scarier Reef, Welcome to Monster High, and Electrified. And other films were also reported to be in development until the first franchise reboot and discontinuation of Ever After High in 2016. And these films were all released straight to DVD because, of course, they weren't of the greatest quality, so they will be released to DVD so that kids just go and find a DVD that they like. Oh, Monster High, I'm going to watch that, which is what we did, of course. I do have a couple of these. I'm not sure which ones I have. I'm pretty sure I do have Friday Night Frights. Other than that, I don't know. Maybe Ghouls Rule? I don't know. I don't think I have any of these special ones that are about, like, going to France and Boo York, Boo York. I definitely don't have that one. But I do have a few of these, and the films and specials have also appeared on streaming platforms such as Netflix and Amazon Prime. So maybe you might be able to find these again on Amazon Prime or Netflix. I will fact check that. Then we also got a crossover in the film Boo York, Boo York, where Astronova talked to the Raven Queen and Apple White from Ever After High, apparently, which would suggest maybe a crossover in the future. However, we never got that. And then in 2021, we also got the live-action musical film and animated TV series for Nickelodeon, which premiered in 2022. Both projects feature more gender diversity and LGBT characters, which is really great. I've not seen either of these things. I've seen clips of the TV series. But yeah, I was quite interested to see that the live action one is a musical. That's really interesting, and I think I should probably have a look at that, and maybe we'll do a review on it one time. But we also got some other things, such as Monster High Kawaii Girls, literally translated to Monster High and Girls, which is an 8-episode series of 3-minute Japanese shorts that were produced by, Shugakukan Music and Digital Entertainment. I probably spelled that wrong, I apologise. And animated at Picona Creative Studios. And they were part of a morning television in Japan. Then we also got a series of video games, Monster High Ghoul Spirit on the Nintendo DS and Wii. This is definitely the game that I had, where you make up your own ghoul and you walk around the school doing tasks for other creatures. Monster High Skulltimate Roller Maze, which is another one on DS, which allowed players to experience the Monster High sports of Skulltimate Roller Maze. Obviously something to do with these guys on roller skates. We also got Monster High 13 Wishes on the Nintendo DS, Wii U, and Nintendo 3DS. Oh my lord, we got it in 2013, where players take on the role of Frankie Stein, and they must free her friends from a magical lantern by collecting 13 shards of magic mirror. Wow, I didn't play that one. I think I was a bit old to be playing these games. And then there were also many other games on the iPhone and iPad and just online games that you can play on your computer, for example. We had many of these things. And we also had a book series, with the Monster High book series by Lissy Harrison, which included Monster High, The Ghoul Next Door, Where There's a Wolf, There's a Way, Back in Deader Than Ever, Ghoul Friends Forever, Ghoul Friends Just Want to Have Fun, Who's That Girlfriend, Girlfriends Till the End, the Ghoul It Yourself book, Dracula and the New Stepmonster, Frankenstein and the New Ghoul of School, Laguna Blue and the Big Sea Scarecation, Claudine Wolfe and the Freaky Fabulous Fashion Show, Cleo and the Creeperfic Mummy Makeover. And then we also had Operation Find Cleo, Go Get Laguna, Track Down Twyla, and I Spy Juice Gorgon. So with these books we also got a couple of songs. We got Fright Song in 2010 by Wendy Wagner and We Are Monster High in 2013 by Madison Beer. Fantastic song, friggin' love it, put it on all the time. So the reception for Monster High, it went really well. It went better than expected. Girls really liked this gothic aesthetic. It did better than Barbie as well. So they really did pull out all the stops for this. However, they did have a little bit of controversy, as do most dolls. So apparently people were complaining about the dolls' unrealistic bodies, often revealing outfits, and characters' focus on romantic relationships, and saying that they were a bad influence on children. And I absolutely understand this. I don't think my dolls were that... I don't think they're that revealing. Like, I mean, she's wearing a cool shirt. I mean, she's not got any trousers on, but you know. Or we can have a look at this girl here. See, I don't think they were too revealing, personally. Maybe a little bit, but I just think they're really cool outfits. Maybe the fact that their body types are unrealistic, which is something that they have tried to rectify in recent years, especially with the G3 dolls and the G3 TV show. We see lots of different body types being shown, lots of different skin tones, LGBT. It's all very inclusive now. Although I can see when back in the day, in 2010, back in the day, these dolls may not have been quite as accessible to most people as they are now. So they were criticised for being hypersexualised and reinforcing gender stereotypes about women, and it was even implied that children might develop self-esteem and eating disorders due to the presentation of unattainable body types. So it was an issue at the time, but I think it is something that they have managed to come back from, and it's something that we as a society can look back on, and we can see the changes that we can make to make ourselves more inclusive for all. I think it's really great how people are still really into this franchise and take a lot of inspiration for their own aesthetic from these dolls. I've been thinking of changing my hair colour to pink with Draculaura, so I think it's really fantastic how these dolls have definitely stood the test of time and they are still collected today. And I've seen a lot of artists on Instagram, and I just wanted to highlight a few of these people who do this incredible art of these incredible dolls. Moni Cherry does this amazing art of all these girls, and I think they're just fantastic. I wish I looked like that. Domoka, they do really fantastic dolls. I've got this one of Twilight here that is just a really great representation of what Twilight is, and her hair is so beautiful. I wish I had her hair. Zuik Art, they do these amazing drawings as well. This one of Laguna is particularly amazing, and I love how they've done the options of the pink and the blue, and I really wish I had this skill. These people are fantastic drawers, and I wish I had this skill. I will try and draw a piece of Monster High art just to get for the end of this video, maybe. I don't know, it depends on how much time I decide to spend on this video. But in conclusion, I love Monster High, and I hope you enjoyed going through this journey with me, this bit of nostalgia once again with Monster High dolls. Let me know in the comments if there's anything I missed or if there's anything that you want me to talk about more. I have a couple of super long videos that I am thinking of doing. Let me know if you would like to see that. These videos might be about 4 hours long. So I've been watching a lot of Jenny Nicholson lately, okay? I won't copy her, but thank you very much for watching, and I hope you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe, comment down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.